Everyone hates those glasses. It was like 6th grade when the whole Harry Potter hype train was going on, and I was like, dude, I just get a bad vibe from what's her name? Whoever wrote Harry Potter. I forget her name, but I just get a bad vibe about her. I was like, she doesn't give me good vibes, and I was right. J.K. Rowling, I was right the whole time. Someone asked my favorite song. My favorite song is "Voice of the Soul" by Death. Definitely, definitely one of my favorite songs of all time. See, but then I don't order from Amazon for like the same reason that I don't support J.K. Rowling. I'm gonna need. I'm pretty sure someone has hacked my laptop. Um, Great, we have a clock right there on my PlayStation. That's so perfect. If you guys could donate today to me so I could buy a new laptop, that would be sick. I am broke. I still have all of my money in GameStop. I'm broke. um, so I need a new computer. So if you guys could help me out, that would be sick. That would be so sick. We still have like a minute left until story time begins. Hi, Anna. Okay, it's 11:05. Let's get into it. If you give a moose a muffin by Laura Numeroff. If you give a moose a muffin, he'll want some jam to go with it. So you'll bring out some of your mother's homemade blackberry jam. And when he's finished eating the muffin, he'll want another, and another, and another. And when they're all gone, he'll ask you to make more. You'll have to go to the store to get some muffin mix. He'll want to go with you. When he opens the door and feels how chilly it is, he'll ask to borrow a sweater. When he puts the sweater on, he'll notice one of the buttons is loose. He'll ask for a needle and thread. He'll start sewing. The button will remind him of the puppets his grandmother used to make. He'll ask for some old socks, and he'll make some sock puppets. And when they're done, he'll want to put on a puppet show. He'll need some cardboard and paint. Then he'll ask you to help make the scenery. When the scenery is finished, he'll get behind the couch, but his antlers will stick out, so he'll ask you for something to cover him up, and you'll bring a sheet from your bed. When he sees the sheet, he'll remember he'll want to be a ghost for Halloween. He'll try it on and shout, "Boo!" It'll scare him so much, he'll knock over all the paints. So he'll use the sheets to clean up the mess. Then he'll ask for some soap to wash it out. He'll probably want to hang up the sheet to dry. He'll go outside to put it on the clothesline. When he's out in the yard, he'll see her mother's blackberry bushes. Seeing the blackberries will remind him of her jam. He'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, if you give him the jam, he'll want a muffin to go with it. Okay, that is the end of our first book. Please donate so I can buy a new computer, because my computer has broken. It's being... Bro, it's being so whack. But... Anyways, I have Curious George at the Aquarium by Margaret H.A. Reyes. I also just have Venmo in my bio if anyone wants to do my Venmo. That'd be so sick. This is George. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. Today, George and the man with the yellow hat were visiting the aquarium. George, said the man, please wait here while I buy the tickets. George tried to wait, but he was so excited. What was inside? He wanted to look over the walls, but they were too high. Just then he heard a splash and a whoosh. Water flew high into the air. People cheered. What could that be? George was curious. He hopped over the gate into the aquarium. How surprised he was. Swimming right in front of George were two beluga whales. A mother and a baby beluga swam right past him. And not far away was a family of sea lions diving and splashing. What fun! George noticed people walking towards the big door. Could there be more to see? He followed the crowd. Now where was he? It was darker. Inside there were fish everywhere. George did not know where to look first. In one tank there were sharp-toothed piranhas. In another tank there were seahorses. In another tank there was a large red octopus. George saw a group of children across the room. An aquarium staff member was pointing at different sea creatures. This is a starfish. This is a clam. This is an urchin. Nearby there was a low, colorful tank. It was perfect for touching. George was curious. As he reached his hand into the water, a large crab came scuttling from under the rock and right towards his fingers. Snap. Ouch! Poor George. He did not like this exhibit. Someone just donated to my Venmo. Sarah Miller, you're the OG. I just want you to know that Sarah Miller and Haley Clemens, who's donating right now. Y'all the real G. George slipped out the door and into the sunlight. But oh, what was going on here? George saw a fat, funny-looking black and white fish flying under the water. As he watched, they flew out of the water. What kind of fish does that, and where did they go? George wondered. George climbed up and into their exhibit. They were not fish at all, but penguins, of course. George... Oh, I guess I was right. I thought I skipped a page. George hopped like a penguin, flapped his wings like a penguin, and waddled like a penguin. The crowd gathered and laughed, but when he slid on his belly like a penguin... The aquarium staff stopped by to check on the penguins. A monkey? In the penguin exhibit? George opened the door to escape, but instead, all the penguins ran out. Penguins everywhere. The staff was angry at George. How could they catch all of the penguins? Thank you, Joey Garcias, for the $2 Venmo payment. In all of the excitement, nobody noticed the penguin chick falling into the water. No one but George. The baby penguin hadn't learned to swim yet, and as only a monkey can, George scaled the rope hanging over the beluga tank and swung over the water, saving the chick. The director of the aquarium and the man with the yellow hat heard the commotion and came running. That monkey helped bathe the baby penguin, said the boy in the crowd. No one else could have saved him, said the girl. The director thanked George for his help and made him an honorary staff member of the aquarium. George said goodbye to his penguin friends. He could not wait to come back to the aquarium and visit them again. That is the end of our second book. And as always, our last book is Goodnight Moon by my great aunt, Miss Margaret Wise Brown. Thank you to everyone who's donated so far, so I can buy a new computer, because mine is just trashed. So, here is Goodnight Moon. In the great view room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of... Yes, Joey, I thanked you in here. Thank you, Joey Garcia. I see you. A cow jumping over the moon. And there were 3 little bears sitting in chairs. And 2 little kittens and a pair of mittens. And a little toy house and a young mouse. And a comb and a brush. And a bowl full of mush. And a quiet old lady who was whispering hush. Good night, room. night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Good night, light and the red balloon. Good night, bears. Good night, chairs. The Jojo Eaton page, of course. Good night, kittens. And good night, mittens. Good night, clocks. And good night, socks. And good night, little house. And good night, little mouse. I know, I'm still getting the tattoo. Don't worry, it's gonna happen. Good night, comb. And good night, brush. Good night, nobody. Good night, mush. And good night to the quiet old lady who was whispering hush. Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night noises everywhere. Okay, that is the end of our last book. Please, as always, subscribe to the Trying Times, my YouTube channel. I promise we're funny. It'd be really great if you did. Follow me on Instagram, kwell.haynes. And of course, follow me on here. That'd be super sick. Everything is in my link tree. If you guys just want to click on the link tree in my bio. But thank you to everyone who came out tonight. Thank you to everyone who donated. If you guys want to help me buy a new computer, my